Hi, I'm Astrid. Today I'd like to share with you a Jin Shin Jyutsu success story. This story I received from someone quite a long time ago when she practiced the main central flow. And the main central is one of our very fundamental exercises to help the energy move down the front and up the back. But from the main central, everything emanates and everything goes back to be refreshed, to be revitalized. So I share this story with her permission, and this is what she wrote. I have been studying and using Jin Shin Jyutsu off and on for the past few years, and I just wanted to tell you about one of my most amazing experiences. I have had an ongoing problem with my spine. One of the discs in my mid to lower back used to become displaced through damage and wear. At its worst, I could not straighten. I used to cry out in pain getting in and out of the car. I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit or lie down without constant pain. I went for chiropractic treatment, Bowen, osteopathy, and consulted a sports injury specialist. I even went to a therapist to have poisonous fluid drained and the disc put back every 3 months or so. The more fluid, the more pain. This particular therapist told me the area was very delicate and worn and would only get worse. He said that I would need to have this treatment or something similar, probably for the rest of my life, to try to manage it as best as we could. 12 months earlier, I discovered horses for the first time in my life. Aged 51, I went to Portugal and was chosen by my Lusitano Tui, a then young 5-year-old stallion, largely unhandled. He had only just begun his training as a riding horse. I had no experience of handling horses and had done only a small amount of riding during the 12 months prior to buying him. Each time I rode, I endured excruciating pain in my right hip and my back. Yet I was driven to become involved with horses and brought him home as a gelding. One day, while I was walking my dogs in the woods behind my house, I was accidentally knocked to the ground by one of them. After struggling back to my feet, I found I couldn't straighten. In fact, I could hardly walk, and the pain was really bad. I knew from all my past experiences that the disc had been displaced. Goodness knows how I managed to get back home, and I then went through 48 hours of terrible pain. I was determined this time to sort it out for myself and began by giving myself Reiki. I am a Reiki master. It was comforting, but that's all. And by this time I was high from pain and lack of sleep. I tried to manipulate appropriate acupressure points, but it was too painful. I looked through my book, The Touch of Healing, and decided that the main central was the exercise to try. I worked with this all through the night. In the early hours of the morning, I found that I was shaking all over. I had the worst headache ever and a high fever. It felt like I had a good dose of the flu. I knew it had worked though, and that this was my healing crisis. That was almost 4 years ago. I've not been back to my therapist, and my horse and I enjoy riding bareback and bitless down the country roads and lanes where I live. I don't have a problem with my hips, my neck, hands, feet or back after riding or handling my wonderful horse, and I walk on average 2 to 3 miles a day, either with my dogs or horse or both. It remains to be seen whether my disc has actually mended itself. My therapist certainly believed that the disc was worn and damaged and was not something that would improve. And he was genuinely horrified when I bought my horse. He is a skilled therapist and a lovely, caring man. He helped me a lot, and for this I am truly grateful. However, I am even more grateful to my higher self for guiding me to horses and Jin Shin Jyutsu. Thank you for all the information you put on your wonderful website. Kind regards. And then she signs off. Main Central is an extraordinary exercise, and it can do so much if we give it a chance. Whether you practice it for a few minutes in its completion, or whether you just target certain areas, or whether you really spend time with it, it will really get things moving. So I hope you enjoyed that story. And if you want to learn more about how to practice Jin Shin Jyutsu, or if you want to practice Jin Shin Jyutsu, I offer a weekly group practice session where a group of us get together from all over the world and we practice different flows every week. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Make sure you look out for the next one. Bye for now.